lecture, and today lecture we will discussing about the polymerase chain reaction, shortly called as the PCR reaction. In polymerase chain reaction, we amplify or make the many copy of the many copy of the desired sequence of the DNA. First one is the PCR was discovered by the or described in the mid 1980s, and scientist is the Carrie B. Mullis, shortly called as the Mullis, and a Nobel Prize in the 1993. Carrie B. Mullis described the PCR or polymerase chain reaction in mid 1980s. Mainly, they described the PCR reaction in the 1983, and these about the PCR published in various research papers in 1985. So, we called about that the PCR is discovered in 1985. Okay, and about the PCR discovery, the Carrie B. Mullis is got Nobel Prize in 1993. Then it is an the in vitro method for the enzymatic synthesis of the specific DNA sequence. It is the in vitro method. In vitro means in laboratory. Sorry. In vitro means lab. Okay, in vitro means lab, or in vivo means on in animal body. Live animal body. Okay, so it is an in vitro method. This method is occurs in laboratory, and it is the enzymatic synthesis of the specific DNA sequence by use of the various enzymes. We are synthesized a specific sequence of DNA in laboratory. Next one is the PCR is a means of amplifying a particular piece of the DNA. This is the a DNA sequence. This is a DNA sequence, and we suppose that this is the a sequence of the DNA. This is the a sequence of DNA, and they contain a specific gene. Specific gene. Okay. So we want to this sequence is amplified. So by the use of the PCR, we make the various copy or many copy of these sequence by the use of the PCR. PCR can make billions of copy of a target sequence of DNA in a few hours. Maybe this is our desired sequence or target sequence of the DNA, and by the use of by the use of the PCR, this sequence is amplified in billions copy in few hours. Next one is the PCR exploit DNA replication mechanism result in the in vitro amplification and production or production of a large quantity of the desired sequence of the DNA by the use of the PCR. By the use of the PCR, we replicate we replicate or we make the large quantity of the uh, specific or desired sequence of the desired sequence of the DNA. Okay, then the PCR amplifies DNA. By the PCR, we are amplified the desired sequence of the DNA, makes lots of copy of a few copy of the DNA. We make the many thousand, many lakhs or billions copy of a specific sequence of the DNA or few copy of the DNA can copy the different length of the DNA, doesn't have to copy the whole length of a DNA molecule. In this, we suppose to that this is the large sequence of the DNA. By the use of the PCR, we can copy the specific sequence of the DNA of or different sequence in a DNA. Maybe this sequence is one sequence, this is the second sequence of a DNA, and by the use of the PCR we can make these different sequence of the DNA. We make the copy or we can multiply these sequence. By the use of the PCR, the whole length of the DNA cannot amplify or multiply. This is these whole length of the DNA cannot copy of whole length of the DNA. By the use of the PCR, we can multiply or make the copy of the one gene, several genes, and lots of genes. By the use of the lots of genes, we are use the multiplex PCR. If we want the we want make the copy of the different gene in a PCR procedure, we call the multiplex PCR. Multiplex PCR. Okay. So by the use of the PCR, we can multiply a single sequence of the gene, several genes, or lots of genes. Reagents needed. In the PCR procedure, we needed the some specific reagents. Some specific reagents in that included the DNA sample which you want to amplify, that called as the template DNA. In this is the target DNA sequence. Suppose this is the DNA sequence, whole DNA sequence, and these part of the DNA we can multiply or make the copy. So we firstly we take these sample sequence and called as the template DNA. Template DNA. Okay. Next one is the DNA polymerase enzyme. In DNA polymerase enzyme is a very important thing that required in the PCR procedure, and the DNA polymerase enzymes used in the polymerase chain reaction, that is the TOC DNA polymerase enzyme. It work at a high temperature. It work at a high temperature. Some specific feature of the DNA polymerase enzyme, that is the TOC DNA polymerase enzyme, that is firstly the TOC DNA polymerase enzyme is isolated from a bacteria that called as the Thermus aquaticus. Thermus aquaticus is the thermophilic bacteria. Thermus aquaticus. Thermus aquaticus. Thermus aquaticus is the thermophilic bacteria. Thermophilic bacteria. Okay. So TOC DNA polymerase enzyme is isolated from a bacteria that called as the Thermus aquaticus, and this is the thermophilic bacteria. Next important thing about the TOC DNA polymerase is the it works at a high temperature. It at high temperature. Okay, it work at a high temperature near about the 100 degrees centigrade. It works up to 100 degrees centigrade temperature. Okay, and next one, it cut the DNA in a specific sequence. It cut the DNA in a specific sequence. Okay, it cuts the DNA in a specific sequence. So this is all or about the TOC DNA polymerase, and Thermus aquaticus is important. Thermus aquaticus is important. Next reagent used in the polymerase chain reaction is the nucleotides. In nucleotides also called as the DNTPs. They are the chemically synthesized sequence of base. Chemically synthesized sequence of the nucleotide or base called as the DNTPs. Next one is the pair of the primers. Uh, in polymerase chain reaction, we start for the starting of the annealing or duplication of the DNA, we required the primers. So pair of the primer is also added in the PCR mixture or that needed for the PCR reaction. One primer bind to 5' end of the DNA strand and the other primer bind to the 3' end of the anti-parallel DNA strand. Primers bind the, this is the 5' or this is the 3' this is the 5' or this is the 3' end of the DNA. And DNA always multiplication and copy of the DNA is also occurs to 5' to 3' direction. Always make the copy of the DNA is occurs in the 5' to 3' end. So primer is bind this DNA is make the copy by the 5' to 3' end, and another is also 5' to 3' end. So in this DNA sequence, the DNA replication is occurs in the 5' to 3' direction, and in this replication, firstly in starting of the replication, first bind the primers, and primers always bind to the 3' end. Always bind to the 3' end. And next one is the water, that is the ionic or hydrogenized water. First one is the template DNA. First reagent we can use in the PCR, that is the template DNA. So DNA containing uh, DNA containing region to be sequenced sized of the target DNA to be amplified up to the 3 kilobyte. In the polymerase chain reaction, we can amplify up to the 3 kilobyte size of the DNA. Next one is the primers. Always two set of the primers are added in one PCR reaction. Generally the 20 to 30 nucleotides long. Primers are 20 to 30 nucleotides long. Synthetically produced primers are not natural in origin. They are synthetically produced or synthesized in the laboratory. Complementary to 3' end of the target DNA. They are complementary to 3' end, not complementary to each others. And for suppose we added two set of primers. One set is A, T, C, C, T, A, P, C. This is the one set of the primers. So another set of the primer is occurs T, C, C, A, T, C, 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 Z. Another set is not complementary to each other. This is the one set and this is the second set of primer of, they are not complementary. Complementary means we suppose this is the one set of the primers, and complementary occurs, that is the a, uh, a Complementary of the A is T, T is A, C is Z, Z, A, T, A, Z. This is the complementary sequence of first set of the primers. This is the complementary set. So in a PCR mixture, we cannot add the complementary sequence of the primers cannot added. Okay, so this is the all over about the primers. And the next one is the not containing inverted repeat sequence to avoid the formation of the internal structure. Inverted repeated sequencing also avoid to. What about the inverted repeat sequence? A, T, C, C, A, T, A, T, Z, Z, C, C. So this is the inverted sequence of the each others. When we added the inverted sequence of each other, so they make the uh, formation of the internal structure. How to? A, T, C, C, A, T. This is the one sequence, and these sequence bind to this sequence. Just make just like that. A, after the A, T, Z, Z, C, C. So they make the internal structure. They bind with each others because of they are the base pairs. Thymine bind to adenine, adenine bind to thymine, guanine, cytosine bind to guanine, cytosine is guanine. After to that they are not complementary to each other, so they cannot bind with each others. So this for avoiding this structure, they are not contain a primer, that is the inverted repeat sequence. And primers are always contain 40 to 60% guanine plus cytosine content preferred for better annealing. In most of the DNA 40 to 60% guanine plus cytosine content is contained. So this sequence is added always. Next one is the enzyme. Enzyme used in the PCR, that is the polymerase chain reaction. Enzyme used in the PCR, that is the dark polymerase enzymes. And these enzymes are always thermostable polymerase and stable up to the 95 degree centigrade temperature. Next one, usually Taq polymerase or any other of the natural or recombinant thermostable polymerase we can use. Other than Taq polymerase enzyme, we can also use in the polymerase chain reaction. And they are stable up to the 95 degree, and high processivity is also occurs in the Taq polymerase enzyme. Then the PCR cycle. The PCR cycle and PCR procedure is occurs in the 3 steps. Comprised of the 3 steps. First one is the denaturation of DNA at 95 degree centigrade. Then the primer hybridization, that called as the annealing. Second step, that is the annealing, and these steps is occurs at the 40 to 50 degree centigrade temperature. Next one is the DNA synthesis, is also called as the primer extension or extension. This procedure is occurs at the 72 degree centigrade temperature. So these are the 3 main steps occurs in the PCR cycle, that is the denaturation, annealing or extension. Denaturing is always occurs about the 94 to 95 degree centigrade temperature. Annealing is 40 to 50 degree centigrade, and extension is always occurs on the 72 degree centigrade temperature. So this is a arrow diagram of the PCR reaction. This is the arrow diagram of the PCR reaction. In the first cycle of PCR, generally the in a multiplication or making of the copy of a particular sequence of the DNA, we do the 32 to 32 cycle of PCR means 32 cycle of the PCR is occurs in the polymerase chain reaction in one multiplication site mainly. This is generally occurs. So in first cycle or last cycle is different between the between 28 to 30 midway cycles. In first cycle which occurs, first one is the initial denaturation of the DNA. In first cycle this steps is occurs only this steps occurs in the first PCR cycle, that is the initial denaturation of the DNA, or initial denaturation of the DNA is occurs at 94 degrees centigrade temperature. 94 degrees centigrade temperature occurs, and this step of the PCR is occurs for 3 minutes. This steps is occurs for 3 minutes. Then the main denaturation of the DNA occurs, that is occurs the 94 degrees centigrade for 1 minute. This is initial denaturation, and this is the initial denaturation, and this is the main denaturation in the polymerase chain reaction. After to that the denaturation mainly before that the double standard sorry previous sorry yaar. This is the double standard DNA. At this point the double stranded DNA are make the single stranded DNA. At the end of the this denaturation cycle, they make the two strand of the single stranded DNA. After to that the annealing or second step, this is the first step, this is the second step, and this is the third step. After the denaturation, annealing is the start, or annealing is occurs generally 45 degrees centigrade, 40 to 57 or 60 degrees centigrade temperature is also we can take. So at the 55 degrees centigrade annealing is start, and the annealing is occurs for 45 second, and in annealing which thing is occurs, the two strand of the DNA, these are the two strand of the DNA, that is 5' to 3' and this is the 5' to 3'. So in annealing, the primers are bind at the 5' end. These are the primer. These are primer. This is the primer. So at the annealing stage in the PCR, the primers are bind at the 5' end of the single stranded DNA. After to that, the extension procedure is occurs, or extension procedure is occurs at a 72 degree centigrade. 72 degree centigrade, and the extension procedure is required for 1 minute. Extension procedure is required for 1 minute. In extension procedure we occurs that they are primers bind. This is the 5' this is 3' 5' 5' or 3'. Primers are already bind at 5' end, and after to that the DNTP or base pairs are base pairs are bind on the single stranded DNA, and finally they make the two strands two double stranded DNA, or make a copy of a DNA. So this is the two double stranded DNA. Double stranded DNA. Okay. So these are the main, and hold at infinity means after completing 32, 32, 33, 34 cycles of the PCR, this is the last step of the last PCR cycle, that is the 30 or 32 cycle. Okay, not occurs in previous cycles. The make the many copy of the DNA, and these copies are store at 4 degrees centigrade for which time that they are not see the PCR. So these copy are holded on 4 degrees centigrade temperature, and this step is occurs after to PCR. After to PCR procedure. After to PCR procedure, this step is occurs. So this is the first in first cycle the initiation of the initiation of initial denaturation of the DNA is occurs for 3 minutes. After to that denaturation is occurs, annealing is occurs, or extension is occurs. This is the first cycle. After the first cycle they so about the second cycle of the PCR. In second cycle, the denaturation, annealing, and extension. Third cycle, denaturation, annealing, extension. Many of these cycles is continuously. And in the last cycle, the after the extension, all the DNA copies at 4 degrees centigrade temperature. The annealing of the DNA is DNA. This temperature is always fluctuating temperature, and these temperature are depend on the various things, just like the which DNA are amplified in the PCR, or which species of the animals or human beings we can use for the amplification in the PCR. So the annealing temperature of the PCR is always fluctuating. But the denaturation and the extension temperature are fixed 95, 94, 95 degree for the denaturation, and extension for the 72 degree. Always these are fixed temperature of the denaturation and extension, but annealing temperature are always fluctuating. It depends upon the which DNA is amplified in the PCR, which species, which breed is used in the amplification, which breed DNA is used in the PCR for the amplification. So, which occurs in the first step of the PCR, that is the denaturation. This is the denaturation. So, in this, and the denaturation temperature is the 95, maybe 94 or maybe 95 degrees centigrade temperature is denaturation temperature. So this is the double standard DNA sequence. This is the double standard DNA sequence, and this is the target sequence of the DNA. Target sequence of the DNA. Target sequence means we can use these sequence for the amplification in PCR. This is the those sequence that we can use in the PCR for the amplification. So in this, the blue, red, yellow, green, these are the base. These are the base or nitrogen base. So these are the nitrogen base. Nitrogen base. These are the nitrogen base in this structure, and after to that nitrogen base, and then these colors show the sugar or 5 carbon sugar that used in or make the double stranded DNA sequence, that is the dextrose or deoxyribose sugar present in the DNA. Deoxyribose sugar, and this is the violet color show the phosphoric acid. Phosphoric acid. So three main things present in the DNA. First one is the nitrogen base, second one is the deoxyribose sugar, and the third one is the phosphoric acid. The nitrogen base always bind with the deoxyribose sugar. Always bind with the deoxyribose sugar, and two deoxyribose sugar bind with the phosphoric acid. Okay, this is the main ingredient that present in the double stranded DNA. So then we'll come on our topic. These are the base. We think about the adenine, thymine, adenine, guanine, guanine, cytosine, thymine, guanine. So we think about that these are the base or nitrogen base that present in this structure. So complementary sequence is the adenine is the thymine, thymine is the adenine, adenine is thymine, guanine, cytosine, cytosine, guanine, adenine or cytosine. Okay, this is base present in the DNA, and the bond between these two bases that make the double stranded DNA structure, that are the adenine and thymine, have the two bonds, adenine, thymine, adenine, two, and guanine cytosine is three bonds. These are the three bonds, two bonds and three bonds. These bonds were called as the hydrogen bond. These are the, these both are the hydrogen bond. Hydrogen bond. Okay, so clear the structure of the DNA. First, clear the structure of the DNA. Adenine and thymine contain the uh, two hydrogen bond, and guanine and cytosine have the three hydrogen bond. So we are already know about guanine plus cytosine component present in the DNA is 40 to 60%. If the 60% of the guanine and cytosine present, so they make the stable DNA formation. Make this stable DNA formation because of both two strands are tightly bind with each other by the three hydrogen bond. In the denaturation steps, what thing is occurs? If the temperature is increased, so these hydrogen bonds are broken in mid of these hydrogen bonds are broken when the temperature of these solution or these DNA is occurs 94 to 95 degree centigrade. So these hydrogen bonds are broken. Okay, so this is the DNA structure and denaturation of the DNA. After the denaturation, we start the annealing. Second step of the PCR is the annealing. So the temperature is lower. Temperature is lower, 40 degree centigrade to 57 or 60 degree centigrade. Okay, for the annealing of the desired DNA sequence. This depend upon the which DNA we take in the PCR. Okay, so in the annealing, first primers are bind. Primers are bind. Primers bind in the 3' end of the DNA. 3' end of the DNA, and primers are always run annealing of or renaturation of the DNA occurs always in the 5' to 3' direction. So these primers are, these renaturation of the DNA is always occurs at the 5' to 3' direction. So the first on the 3' end they bind the primers. After the third step, the we use temperature that is the 72 degree centigrade, and extension of these primers occurs, and the enzyme is used, that is the top DNA polymerase enzymes. These enzymes helps to bind DNTPs, helps to bind the DNTPs to the primers and then make the double stranded DNA. So this is the end result of the PCR. They make the two double stranded DNA sequence. So this is the overview of the PCR. First step is the denaturation. double stranded DNA to single stranded DNA. In first step, we make the double stranded DNA to single stranded DNA at 94 degree to 95 degree centigrade temperature. Second step, that is the annealing, primers into the template. First, primers bind to template DNA. This is the template DNA. Template DNA. So first primers bind to template DNA and this procedure is occurs 40 to 60 degrees centigrade temperature. Okay. Next one is the extension. In extension, DNTP is extended second strand. DNTP is bind to these primers and make the double stranded DNA and this procedure is occurs 72 degrees centigrade temperature. So in this is the number of the PCR cycle and the amplification copy of the DNA. In first cycle we take the one double stranded DNA. After to that these make the in denaturation they make the single stranded and annealing or in annealing they make the two copies of the double stranded DNA. So in first cycle they make the two copy of the double stranded DNA. In second cycle they make the four, third add, in the third cycle they make these, and this is the big unit of the digits that make the copy of the DNA of the desired sequence. Then RT-PCR. This is a type of a PCR and also called as the reverse transcriptase PCR. Reverse transcriptase PCR. In reverse transcriptase PCR, use the RNA as a initial template. Use the RNA as a initial template. In normal PCR, we can use the DNA. Sorry, we can use the double stranded DNA in PCR. Sorry, in PCR, but in the RT-PCR, we use the RNA. RNA used in the RT-PCR, that is reverse transcriptase PCR. Third point, that is the RNA directed DNA polymerase. In PCR we can use the TARC DNA polymerase enzyme, and but in the RT-PCR we use the RNA directed DNA polymerase enzyme. Use the RNA directed DNA polymerase enzyme and yours double stranded cDNA, and these RNA make the copy of these RNA they called as the cDNA, complementary DNA, and by the PCR they make the double stranded DNA as a result. But in the RT-PCR they make the cDNA as a result. Okay. So this is the difference between the simple PCR and RT-PCR. In RT-PCR we use the RNA as a template DNA or use the RNA directed DNA polymerase enzyme, but in the PCR we can use the TARC DNA polymerase or TARC enzymes, and by the use of the PCR they make the double stranded DNA at the end of the PCR procedure, but in the RT-PCR we make the cDNA or complementary DNA at the end of the RT-PCR procedure. Detection of the amplification products. For the detection of the PCR product, we use the various techniques. About these techniques we discussed in the next lectures. First one is the gel electrophoresis, sequencing of amplified fragment, southern blotting. These are the techniques used for the products, used for the detection of the amplified product in the PCR or RT-PCR procedures. Then the application. For the application of the PCR is included that the genomic mapping and gene function determination. By the use of the PCR, we detect or diagnose the or we use the PCR in the genome mapping and also for the use in the detection of the function of the various genes. Next one is the biodiversity studies, that is the evolution studies of the various species. Third one is the diagnostic. We use the PCR in the various genetic disease, early detection of the cancer or viral or any of the chronic disease diagnostic. We can use the PCR procedure also. Next one is the detection of the drug resistance genes in the various bacterial species or the fungal species. Forensic DNA fingerprinting. In DNA fingerprinting, we also use the polymerase chain reaction procedure. Advantage of the PCR. PCR procedure is the automated, means if we want the amplification of a particular sequence of the DNA, we added these DNA sequence or all reagent that are needed in the PCR, and automated machine of the PCR is hold these ingredient and automatically these amplification of the PCR is occurs. This is the fast and reliable result. And for by the use of the PCR, fastly result is occurs. PCR required most of the 2 to 3 hours for the amplification. So the fast result is also found by the use of the PCR. High output. They are fastly multiply the DNA sequence or desired DNA sequence. So high output is how high output can also take up. This is the sensitive techniques and specific or sensitive techniques. Broad use we can use in the various aspects like the diagnostics and genomics, genome mapping, evaluation. So this is the broad use of the PCR. Defined and easy to follow protocols. PCR protocol is so easy and easily used any one of the PCR for the amplification of the desired DNA sequence. So this is all over about the PCR, and important is the in this lecture, that is the application or advantage of the PCR. This is important. And next one is the PCR cycle. All think about the PCR cycle is important in PCR. If the long type question is occurs, all three steps of the PCRs and detailed discussed about the PCR procedure. Then the reagents of the PCR is important. After to that, the discovery of the PCR. So this is all over about the